Right. Hi, Vicky, Crystalina, Miss Jackie.
Hi, guys.
So as we're all coming in, let's do 3 deep breaths. Let's all connect. Take a deep one in through your nose, deep into the belly, and sigh it out.
Yeah.
Feel your energetic system balance, connected at heart. Feel yourself center and balance and clear and lighter.
Yes.
Oi kene tene knai toite. Ai soilene kene. Let's run through you. Ai. Allow yourself to integrate this energy here and now.
Yes.
Well, they told me to look at the date. And today is 1/29, which means 1/11.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. I love your rooster.
Right? Like a new day.
Yeah. Oh, yes. New day dawning.
New day dawning, absolutely. So allow yourself just to keep breathing as we talk about some stuff that, yeah, I've been going through and seeing and just allowing. As you guys have watched my videos, this weekend I had my grandkids. And what a blessing. 3 little ones.
Yes.
And in the beginning of, I think it was Saturday, I don't even know, I have no track of time. But if you guys have been watching my journey for a while now, last year in March, my daughter got the news of that she has breast cancer, you know, stage 3. Some love to all that. And I'm integrating all this right now in front of you guys because it has been a whirlwind until this moment. And so she went and she's seen a pain doctor because the pain in her bones is so bad that she can't even hardly get out of bed to take the kids to school. She's been doing this all naturally, this journey of hers. She's been doing it all naturally, eating, went to Sedona, learned how to do the Garrison diet, and but now the cancer is in her bones, and she's at stage 5. And the doctor told her that this is right before hospice. So it was so amazing because with having my grandchildren, it was so like they could feel my energy change and go in and out of all these emotions. And thank God for the energy now because we're all going through emotions of stuff like this and stuff different. But it's bringing everything to the surface. And so my grandkids, just when I was, because I'm a mother and I'm having this physical experience with my daughter, you know, and so you still have these mother, this mother experience. And when you get news like this, it kind of like stops you in your in your life, and it like sucked me dry. And my grandkids were there right at the perfect time because they would just come up and just hold me or just want to sit on my lap, and I could just feel the exchange of love. And but in this I still, there's a knowing, a sense that everything's going to be all right.
Yes.
Everything's going to be all right.
Yes.
So my whole family got together this weekend, and we're going to start doing, more family things, and start, having dinner every Sunday. And it's really just really brought the experience of my family together, and it was so gentle and so emotional to see everybody's different perspectives on everything. And my daughter, she's like in this state of pissed off, numb. She's going in and out of all these emotions. And then when somebody gives you a expiration date, I told my daughter, I said, let's let that go, because that's only their perceiving, and it's only their perceiving when they're telling you this is one step before anything, and so we got to take, do this one day at a time, and that's what she's doing. She's been doing it, and and she's she hasn't really. She's let me do a couple healings on her, but I am feeling that all coming forward, and but in all of this, and it's just like I'm talking it out right now, because I've been integrating. And then I went over yesterday and I set my dad, it's so funny her dad was there, but I set her house up more gently so that she could move through it easily. And so I was rearranging her house yesterday and her room, and she just walked in later that day and she's like, oh my God, I could breathe. And so in these gentle ways, we're all doing our part, but also in this gentle way, I know whatever happens with the physical body of my daughter, it's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, because my daughter on the non-physical has been coming more forward. It's like I'm learning with her, herself, her presence on the non-physical, and you guys can feel this at your heart.
Yes, I can.
And at first when she's coming forward, all this doubt comes in, but I gotta allow the experience to unfold, because the physical body can only do what you're allowing it to do. And so on watching my daughter's journey, and she's watched a lot of healers, she's that type of person that she researches everything. She's very analytical. She researches everything. And so, she changed her diet, did all that, and she really focuses on what she consumes in her body. But, and she's learned this, that you can do all this, but if you don't heal the emotional, it's still trapped inside of you. And but being as a mother and a daughter role, and I've listened to this over the years of other channels and other beings that I've worked with, that it's our family that's the hardest, and they've seen every part of us, so they have a mistrust. Plus they have a mistrust in their own life. But it's not like if somebody out here came forward and I gave them all this for free, and it would be like hitting the lottery with them. But with my daughter, it's like, she kind of pushes that away. but I feel that coming more and more forward. I've been having visions of it. So I know it's coming forward. And yeah, and I just got this tingling all the way through me.
I feel it.
Yeah. So in this, when you receive, and I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful because I've got to watch all of us transform, me and my whole family transform, and also to my daughter's husband. My other daughter, I have 4 daughters. My other daughter, her husband is also going to pass soon too. He has his brain fills up with his spinal fluid, and it's a rare disease, and he won't do the surgery because it's only a 50-50. And so we're feeling all of this going on around us. And so there's a lot that emotionally surfaces with all that, you know, and everybody, you know, I was watching, and my daughter, and she, you know, because they have 4 kids, and she stands up and she starts screaming at him, and she's like, "You're leaving me with 4 kids." And but it was good to get it out because you could feel the rawness of it.
Yeah.
And so, but I feel so grateful that we're getting to integrate it, because it could just be over and we'd have to integrate it a different way. So we're getting to integrate it as a family. And
yes.
So but both these individuals, my daughter and my son-in-law, and also again my ex-husband too, he's right there. And so, and we were all talking about this, and wow. I've been integrating for the last 3 or 4 days, but man, it's like right here, raw, and I'm just allowing it.
Yes.
And I'm listening to everybody, you know, go through their pain. And my daughter, she wants to see her kids grow up, and she wants to see all this stuff in life. But the incredible thing is that when she was saying that, she still will be there, but differently maybe. And I don't want to put a definite nothing on that. You know what I mean? Because we're all going to see it differently. And so I don't feel this ending. I don't feel it as an ending. I feel it as an amazing journey, you know. And I'm so grateful to watch all these steps of my whole family. And so with this, because all this emotion is coming up, and you start having doubts, and you have fear. You don't want to lose your daughter. You don't want to lose your son-in-law. You don't want your key family to go through this pain. You don't want to, you know, there's a lot that goes with that. But there's also, it's going to be all right. It's all going to be all right. And I had this like epiphany, you know, of just keep going inside and finding my inner, that love, that light that's deep in my core that I and so I was doing that. I was just doing that, you know, to lighten the load of whatever my whole family was going through at that time. And I was just breathing in this. I could feel it. And it was just like it was exploding inside of me. And I could feel everybody starting to light, you know what I mean? Everybody just starting to lighten. Like I even noticed that everybody was breathing, you know what I mean? Like they could breathe, and not that I was saying anything. And then, you know, the hugs started, and everybody started coming together, and but I could feel it. I could feel it ignite inside of me, and then just reflect out of me. And in this, when we're going through these really emotional, hard time, difficult things in our life, difficult things in our life, it's all within you. Everything. And you don't kind of do nothing. I wasn't doing nothing when I was sitting there feeling all the pain and feeling all the emotion, because I'm very sensitive, and you're very in tune with your family. And so it was like I was taking all that in, and then I was just shifting it. And I just kept breathing and just allowing. I just kept saying, I'm allowing, whatever this is to be. And then I could feel it. And then I seen it. And I keep bringing myself back to that, because it's our power source within me. It's our power source within ourselves. And we ain't got to label it and put stuff on it. But it's a knowing that we're all doing this perfectly in our own path. And to allow each individual to have their path. You know, like my son-in-law, my daughter is grasping at straws. That's what I felt like. She's like, she was searching for the last 3 days. Let that go. Just different things to help save her, you know what I mean? And that's what I felt like grasping at straws. And my son-in-law, he's just over it. Even though he has 3 little ones, he's just over it. He's over the pain. Nothing's killing this pain. He's just ready to die, you know? And but in both that, they're both doing it perfectly.
Yes.
Because the only thing we ever lose, and we never truly even lose that, is our physical body, because it just goes back into what it is, Mother Gaia. And but I'm seeing this in everything I'm doing, to really pay attention to what is taking place. And when I would catch myself in those moments of crumbling, I allowed them. You know, I allowed them because they're part of me. So I allowed that crumbling to happen. I would sit on the floor and just start crying. You mean like kicking my hands and my feet? Because we're also going through a physical experience, and you're going to go through all these processes in this. And so when you're ever doing that, allow that. And when I got on the other side of that, and I could still feel the emotion from that, so I'm letting that surface and then letting it go. And I love you, Vicky. My God, I got this.
Yes. Yes, we got this. And that, just like I was telling my daughter, just telling her to love your body.
Absolutely.
Outside of her body. That we got this. We are safe, and to forgive yourself.
Absolutely. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Let's do that now. Let's forgive ourselves. I forgive you, Vicky. I love you. I forgive you now for everything. I quit the Celine, que tú I forgive you. I'm sorry. It's all right. It's all right. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
Wow. Boy, Hi. And you know what came through as I was doing that? Because you hold on to a lot of stuff. And forgiveness is letting that stuff go.
Yes.
But you can see visions sometimes of what you're hanging on to. And the one thing is hanging on to my daughter. And I let that go. Ay, no ese
Nakai. Laniki.
Because I know that she's all right in every step of her journey.
Yes.
And that we're all right.
Yes. Yes.
I. It's like I can breathe now. We hold on to individuals because you think if you don't, you're going to lose them.
Yes.
But in that holding on, it's an entrapment. I felt that. I think you could fix them some way, something. You think you can do it somehow.
Yes. Yes.
And I seen that just all be released from me. Like I don't even feel the pain anymore. We are learning, and that's what I teach, our bodies. Your bodies will show you the way.
Yes, they will. Yes.
But in that is to allow the body to go through whatever it needs to go through. And sometimes it needs to go through a tantrum. And sometimes you need to go through crying spouts. Yes. And sometimes you need to scream it out.
Yes.
Sometimes you need to be so pissed off that you have to take a baseball bat to a mattress, then clear the mattress. Yes. You got to get it out of you.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes.
And we're learning a new way. And that's what I realized this last couple days. It was how my abilities are so different to anything that I've ever known. And to know that we have so many beings of light around us all the time, helping us, moving us, encouraging us.
Yes.
And I kept tapping in. I was like, even had all my children that's exhausting in herself when they're real little. And I kept asking my guys, okay, guys, help me out here. And it happens. It happens. We are all going through this tremendous growth. And we're all doing it together.
Yes.
We're all doing it together. But it can only be done from the inside. It can only be done from the inside. The one thing I want to bring forward real fast is a couple times I jumped on Facebook. And when I did, I was really surprised the dark messages I kept coming across. Well, everything has a polarity, the light and dark, you know, everything. And so there is an individual that in my beginning of my spiritual growth, and you guys all know her, Doreen Virtue. And I was very in tune with her in the beginning of my spiritual growth. Well, she had a list come out from A to Z of what to watch, you know, for in the enlightened world. And I'm just sending love to that. But I didn't even read over the whole list. And, but it was such a fear and darkness. And so I instantly got off, and I was just blessing the situation and blessing what she's putting out there. And but the thing is that we are all going through our growth, and you're either going to do it in the light or in the dark. You're either going to spread light or you're going to spread fear, and both are doing it perfectly. Both are doing it perfectly. What I've noticed in my own journey, because it's amazing how it was like 3 light workers that I was really in tune with, and how they have really went into the fear state of them. But they're putting it out in the world in such a way that, yeah, I just fell into it. So I was like, I'm going to be very honest. I was like, was she at light when I listened to her? Did I, you know, was she, you know, and these other individuals, were they at light? But they were. They were. I felt completely they were. But they're just letting the side of them that needs to surface. But what it's teaching us is our abilities. And that's what I teach you, your abilities.
Yes.
Truly. Airion teaches you your abilities?
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
And it's all within your own body. Yes. Many times, discernment, I want to make sure this isn't a judgment, a discernment. It's a discernment. So a discernment is a fact. It's just there. It's real. So when you come across, because there's billions of them now, card readers or channels or whatever, what you're doing is, are you checking in with you? Is this for your highest and best? How does this feel in your body? A lot of the times what we do is we're searching for information that isn't for our highest and best. So, but it's all good because you're learning your abilities. So it'll take you to your abilities.
True. Yes.
No matter how long you do it. So, I see in these individuals as they're going through the dark and the light of themselves and bringing forward whatever they need to of their own participant in the light and dark. But it's for you to feel where they're at, and is that for your highest and best? So when you're feeling into somebody's energy, okay, especially with like all these card readers.
Yes.
It would be highly potential for you to go out and buy a set of cards yourself and read your own cards. They're on Amazon, they're everywhere. Just get to the ones that you know. Yes. Because what happens is you're waiting for somebody to tell you something about you. But we are here to integrate this information in our body. The one thing I love about cards is because it's instant validation. Instant validation.
They are.
You always match.
Yes.
So it is better for you to buy a set of cards and learn your own wisdom than to keep running to people to tell you stuff. Because you take on that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You internalize it. But it's going to shift you in such a way that you're going to instantly get it because it's going to be such a exhausting.
Yeah.
Your energy having filled.
Yes.
So when I feel into anybody I'm listening to, or that's brought forward, I always feel into, is this for my highest potential? Where are they at? And if you could feel like a topical on them, or you feel a topical on yourself, that means it's outside of yourself. That's where you know they're running from the outside of themselves.
Oh my gosh.
Now, if you are running your energy now and to find out where somebody's at, and you feel it in the heart, you feel your heart expand. And that's where you want to tune into. Because your heart is showing you the way.
And you're talking, and I just, because
go ahead, beloved.
I feel it in my heart when you talk.
For we are dropping in. This is absolute. You are learning your own abilities. Many will get stuck in the stuckness of people telling them, people tell 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 them. But it is integration of yourself to go into the knowing of yourself. That's what we bring forward for the growth of yourself. Even this beloved channel, that's all she's bringing forward, is to turn on your senses, your body.
She does, yes.
She does not put stipulations on what you are going to find there. You are in a place of your abilities being surfaced. Thank you, Airion.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow, that was such a wow.
Yes, wow.
Wow, that's all I can say is wow.
Thank you, Airion.
Thank you, Airion.
Wow, that was perfect, because this is what I was saying, and he was on. I go, oh, wow.
Right?
I felt it in my heart.
Right? And that's where we're going to. That's where we're at.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for validation from other people, and it's so amazing because so many people, they are wanting to know something, and they want you to know so bad, they push it out there. So they're pushing to all these people, well, give me the validation I want. Give me the validation I want. We're done with that paradigm. It doesn't work in this paradigm.
Yes.
You can feel that.
Yeah. Yeah.
To internalize yourself, it's where the lottery is. It's where all the gifts are. So, when you're running from one individual to another individual, always looking for your validation, that's the pinpoint as soon as you notice that you're outside of yourself. So don't judge yourself when you find yourself there. Breathe. Thank you for showing me that I was there.
Yeah.
I work from the inside out.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Trust the process. So, I'm about to get off here. I send love to all of you. I send love to all of you. We are all going through tremendous, tremendous growth. Allow each step to surface, transform, and lighten the load.
Yes. Yes.
So, I send love. I just send love. I just send love. I just send love.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when I'm going to do Facebook Live right now. I'm just in an integrating mode. It's just to allow all this to integrate, and that's what I do. When I don't come on for a while, I'm integrating everything that's going on in my life so that when it comes through, it's at its purest form. So, but I love it too because today I integrated it a lot. right in front of you. Right?
I bless you, Vicki.
Thank you, Jackie. I love you so much. I love you so much.
I love you so much.
Right? And you know what? I'm having tremendous pain in my hips. So everybody grab their hips right now. Place your hands on your hips. We're going to anchor in the highest light of you. Okene eteselene eoteselene. Asalene ekene etesolonomo akaini. Feel the light go into this chakra. Okene etesele ekene etesolonoe. Into this energy source. Okene esele ekene. Oselene ekene soene.
Wow, I feel it.
Oselene.
Dynamo. Thank you.
And it's so it is. Wow, I just felt like I anchored everything in.
Yes.
And released lifetimes. I love you guys. We got this. We got this. We're all going to get through this.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Return to the unconditional love inside of you. That's what it was. I returned to that light of unconditional love of everything that was going on in that experience, in my experience. I just kept returning them. And in that is where it sparked and came out of me. So when you're in those tremendous spots, just breathe, return into the unconditional love, and let it flow through you. And watch what happens.
Yes.
I send love to all of you.
Send love, guys.
Absolutely. Have an amazing, amazing day.